something crazy has happened. I've reached 10,000 subscribers. To give back to you, my friends, my followers, my viewers, however you like to call yourself, I had to make this video. Since, well, this channel started with me inventing the turntable for Create Mod Trains after all. After a lot of versions, it was finally time to release the last iteration of the turntable version 5. In this video, I'll be taking you through the updates in this version compared to the version 4. These changes include some simplifications, improvements in appearance and above all, integration for Create schematics without the use of computer craft. The scheduling system is something I got a lot of questions about and I finally figured it out. On the screen right now are some timestamps, so in case you are looking for a specific part, be sure to skip to those parts. Simplifications. Compared to the version 4, this new one has a few simplifications. First and most important, the stickers inside of the turntable are gone. A few weeks after the version 4 was released, Guybrush, a member of the community and also one of the best technical Create mod builders, came to me with quite a revelation. Something that would make me look really stupid, which to be honest I kinda was for not looking into this. Couldn't you just use chassis instead of stickers to stick the trains? This way you don't have visible stickers to mess with the design and you also get rid of 90% of the redstone needed. That, my friends, was a very bad interpretation of Guybrush's voice, which I don't know how he sounds like, but be sure to check out his YouTube channel as well because there's some amazing stuff on there. Besides this, well, he was right. By removing the whole sticker assembly, including the shafts needed for it, the gear shift and some other bits, I could get a turntable that would work way more reliable. Besides this, the turntable now features two nice looking continuous rails and no more green slurry on the top. Overall, this is a giant improvement for reliability and looks, but it also comes with a bit of a manual, or well, a choice I'd say. See, the way the linear chassis works is that they stick through blocks in front of them. By changing the depth on the side, you can make them stick through more or less blocks at a time. The important thing to note here is that they cannot stick through air. We have to keep this into account with either the design of the track or the design of our trains. Here you see a side profile with the turntable and the base of a train. Below it you can see the sticky linear chassis pointing up and going through 3 blocks. When we look at the connection in this situation, we can see that the connection goes through the first block, but then halts at the second because there is air. Now you might think, why don't you stick through the middle, because the rails actually have a hitbox like an actual block? Well, rails are not movable or rotatable, so they don't work with the linear chassis going through them. In order to connect the train to the table, we need a block in this air gap on the side. In this next example, I have our current setup on the turntable. By adding a fake rail, we can fill the air blocks and also make it look like the wheels are actually staying on tracks. Now we are able to stick through the blocks and onto the train. The other way to get this to work would be to remove the rails and actually incorporate parts onto the locomotives themselves. One of the main reasons why I'm explaining this is because I know a lot of you do this. This air gap block is often used by train builders to make more detailed bogies or other kinds of small details. If your trains have this, make sure to remove the rail from the turntable before you run it. Make sure to choose for an option and roll that out for all the engines that will be using your turntable. If you get issues like on screen right now, either clear out the tracks on the turntable itself, or disassemble your trains and clear out the blocks and the glue that occupy the same spot as the rail of the turntable. Keep in mind that even though we removed the sticker assemblies from the turntable itself, we still need stickers inside of multi-bogie setups. The only way around this would be to have blocks connected to the separate bogies above the linear chassis connections. Integrated within the system is a redstone link frequency which can be used to toggle internal stickers inside of the trains. This is timed in such a way that after the train is disassembled, the stickers first toggle before the actual rotation of the table starts. The mechanics. When we look at the mechanism of the turntable, we see a lot less complexity. Since the stickers are removed, we're saving a lot of components that can cause issues and also a step in the process, which means we also save some time. I tried to still make the redstone quite compact to easily fit underneath the turntable and to also leave some space for the schedule system, which I will get into in a bit. Even though I had questions about the automatic activation of the turntable only being on one side, I choose to leave it like this. Making it be activatable from two stations can definitely be done, but it would add some complexity where bugs like the system not triggering or re-triggering could occur. Since I want this turntable to be easy use, I chose to stay with the one station activating. Besides this, who would want to first cross the table, then run backwards and toggle it from the other side anyway? And now, after me babbling on for a bit, it's finally time to show you the most important bit, the scheduling system. And here it is. This little bit of machinery allows you to have your trains continue with their schedule after going onto the turntable. This addition has been requested many times before, and although I had my own system in my 2-year world that involves a lot of computer graph code, I didn't want to release it due to its complexity and way too hard setup. After some thinking, I realized that this system could be made quite easily with some help of one feature: the toggling of redstone links through schedules. See, by using different frequencies for each schedule, we can get an input for which schedules it should be given. That sounds really complicated by the way, but you will get it in a bit. If we now make a system to transform this redstone input into releasing an item from a slot, for example a specific depot in a row of multiple, we can now transfer this schedule to our outgoing station. After the train receives the schedule, we can move it back to the nearest available slot in the system and the cycle repeats. This system of slots is stylable, and by expanding the belt it can be technically infinitely expanded. The last little bit is set up inside of the turntable itself, where a mechanical arm moves it from a depot onto the station, and as soon as the schedule is given, it will move it from the station to another depot to reset the system. Now your rail yards can be a little more realistic and your trains can keep running after using the turntable, which is probably the best feature of this whole video. With that being said, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for the 10,000 subscribers, of course, a goal which I would have never believed 3 years ago when I started off with Shepperton and the turntable. Since this video is an update to the version 4, if you have any remaining questions, I'd highly advise you to check out the version 4 video itself, in which I explain more about the basics. The download for this new version of the turntable can be found over in a free post on my Patreon page, of which the link is down below in the description. If you want to get any other schematics, I'd suggest you have a look over on my Discord, where you can also join the community, or check out my other Patreon posts. To celebrate 10,000 subscribers, I will also get more world tours planned in, to let you all check out the world I've been working on for, well, about 2 years for now. If you want to get along on the tour, stay tuned here on YouTube or join my Discord for the soon to be released dates. As always, there only remains one thing left to say. This is ImagineerDave, signing off, so bye bye!